Hello, Grandma DC here, and it is week 10, I had to switch hands, 10, on the carnivore diet. I got up this morning and I thought, I didn't have a perfect week. I had a lot of stress and stuff. I didn't eat sugar. I had artificial sweeteners though, and I probably drank more diet sodas than I have in a while. That was my go-to stress relief. And I thought this week I must have gained weight or plateaued on the carnivore diet, because it just seems like, well, I went out and I had a pound of roast beef at Katie's barbecue, and just not what I would call just strictly just eating meat, and I had quite a bit of cheese, and I thought, yeah, this week I probably really totaled it, So I got up this morning feeling fat. I was like, oh, I feel heavy. I feel bloated. I feel heavy. I feel fat. But I'm going to weigh anyway, because I promised my YouTube family that I would weigh every Sunday and vlog it. So here it is. By the way, I've already weighed, so I know the answer. And last week, if you remember, it was 267 point something. Just a reminder in case you haven't seen my vlog before. 263.4. Can you believe it? Is that 4.5 pounds or something? That's wild. It's crazy. It's just nuts. Well, I tell you what. I'm going to go into my kitchen, which I worked on yesterday. It's a little cleaner today than it was. And we'll have a discussion about the carnivore diet and some theories I have. My camera blurry. I don't know what's going on with this, or is it me? Oh, I don't have my glasses on. Okay. So I'm back. And yeah, it looks a little clearer now. I got my glasses on. You're going to be hearing shotgun shells in the back. My neighbors apparently have excess ammo they need to get rid of. Bless their hearts. So, or firecrackers, but no, that's definitely shotgun. So everyone's safe. I got all the dogs in the house, the cats, the chickens are in their pen. I haven't let them out yet this morning, and I think until we're done shooting, I will just keep everyone in. Okay, to continue. The carnivore diet. Well, wow. It seems to be working. And as you know, I have a 30-year-old son who lives with me that is lazier than a dog tick. All right. And he'll admit it. And yes, I should probably kick him out, but I won't. You just can't do that to your child. At least most people can't. I'm one of the most people who can't do that. So I was out yesterday and I decided to go to the store to get something to eat. I thought, you know what, that roast beef was so good I had at Katie's barbecue the other day. Maybe I'll just go buy myself a pound of deli roast beef. We'll see. I know that some people have opinions about deli meats because they're processed or they have preservatives, but hey, you know what? I'm in the Midwest and you do what you can do. And I thought, I'm just gonna, do this. I haven't been the greatest this week, as I'd said. And I'd had more cheese than usual. So, boom. Did you hear that? So I told my son, I'm going to the store, do you want anything? And he's like, yeah. So he gives me a list. And the list was bread, jelly, peanut butter, frozen pizzas. And I was like, yeah, it's really unhealthy stuff. And he was just like, there's nothing to eat in this house but meat, cheese, and I'm tired of that. And I said, you know what? Fine. If you want to wreck yourself, fine. He's also way overweight like his mom. So I go to the grocery store, and this is where it gets interesting. I'm walking up and down the aisles, and I have all this junk food, everything he wanted in my cart, and I'm feeling very guilty about it. I'm like, very guilty. And so I get my my deli meat, and I find some pepperoni slices, and I'm happy about that. And then I get some cheese, and I get it in slices. I was like, I should get hard cheese and cut it myself, but hey, yeah, I'm being bad. I'm getting sliced cheese, sharp cheddar, you know. And so this woman is in the aisle, and her cart is full of similar junk food type items that I have. Pizza, bread, oh, I had tortillas and salsa and some chips that he wanted. And she's got a similar looking cart. And I thought to myself, wow, in America we're just, oh my gosh, you know, this is just all we eat. It's all we know. It's really just out of an uneducated viewpoint. So I heard her say to her husband, I'm going to get some of that low-fat, I think it was like lean cuisines or something. And she goes, I'm going to get some of those and see if it helps my diabetes. And I just nearly wrecked my cart. I was like, oh, wow, those are so high in carbs, you know. I wanted to say something, but, you know, I mean, that's, everybody is up to themselves to learn, right? So I come home and I reiterate this story in a paraphrased form to my son, because he's like most men and doesn't want to hear a long story. And I said, so really, I tell you what, I'll make a deal with you. If I lose 50 pounds on the carnivore diet, will you try it? Hell no, he said. And then he continues to berate me for listening to YouTube channels and quackery, and that a calorie in is and a calorie out, same thing, you know, calorie in, calorie out, that you need a balanced diet, fruits and vegetables, because this is what the government says. And so I tell him my theory about why the government has purported this high carbohydrate, low fat lifestyle in our food pyramid. We all know why, and it boils down to dollars and cents. And something else that I think. Anyway, oh, wowee wow. So I get berated about what an idiot I am and how I am always doing fad diets, and I've done that his whole life and turned him off of fad diets. And I said, you know, yeah, I've done a lot of experimentation on this body in my life. I have done a lot of fad diets, but you never know when one's going to work. And I proceeded to tell him about the pain I was in. Remember, I couldn't even carry in anything. You wouldn't carry in nothing for me. I had to get a cart. Even it was getting hard to pull the cart, and how much, you know, pain, joint pain, hip pain, and how I'd gone to the doctor and she wanted to give me cortisone shots. And I said, you know, it was worth a try to dietarily try to fix myself, even if it was a fad diet. And that my pain is now gone. It took about 6 to 7 weeks, I think, before it was gone. I mean, it helped within a week, but it was completely gone one morning, and it just shocked me. It still continues to shock me when I get up out of bed and I don't have pain. Boy, he must have had a lot of excess ammo. He is really, it's got to be target practice, because if he hasn't killed it by now, heaven help, it must be a zombie. So, anyway, my coffee. Is it keto coffee? Not yet. It's too early. So, I said, look, believe this or not, our government's been known to lie to us. And he's like, that's just conspiracy theory, you know. So I get, and then he asked me if I think the earth is flat, which was very insulting. I'm like, no. And then he says, yeah, you must be a Trump supporter. Wow. Double insult in this family. Okay. If you like him, fine. My mother likes him. And I'm like, why all the insults? I'm doing the carnivore diet. It's actually working. I just asked if you would try it, because you're always complaining that pretty girls don't like you because you're fat, bald, and ugly. And he's like, well, I have a low self-esteem because of you. Oh, yeah. There it is, right there on my show. So I wasn't the one that said it. I think you're good looking. I think you're a sweetheart. You're not abusive, except to your mother, which you're verbally abusive, but you're not physically abusive to anyone. And I said, and you treat your girlfriends really good. you're really a nice guy. He is. Everyone likes him. He's like a big cuddly teddy bear. You know, everyone just loves him. And I said, and you are very lovable and likable, but you're always complaining about your weight. You know, so why not? Why not give it a try? He also has digestive issues. I know he has a hiatal hernia that they refused to fix when he had his military insurance, and a bunch of, you know, other things that I think the carnivore diet would fix for him. No, I'm just listening to YouTube junk. I said I'm listening to YouTube doctors on TED Talks, doctors on YouTube, you know, if you want credentials. However, I have to tell you that I think that if someone has a sheepskin hanging on their wall, and I have one, okay, I have a bachelor's. It's in social work, and it means nothing. It means I had enough money and time to waste to go to college. I didn't learn anything in college. But that's the truth. You know, if anybody wants to just get down to it, that's the truth. I think that, you know, you want that, everyone wants that validation that you spent all that time and wasted all that money. But, you know, if you're self-taught and you study and you go to the trouble to teach yourself, everything you need for a doctorate is free information on the internet. You know, just get the books, download the programs, look it up. You know, you can have all the knowledge and more that your doctor has because they don't have time to research all the latest. And, but you just won't have that little piece of paper hanging on the wall. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. So I say this to him, and I get the big eye roll and how stupid I am, and you know. And I said, but I tell you what, if I experiment on myself with all these bad diets, and I find something that works for me, maybe that would help other people. And if you consider that to be stupid or bad science, or the fact that I never have given up in 60 years, 50, well, my mother had me on diet at 55 years of dieting, then I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry you think it is stupid that I have struggled and tried my entire life to find a solution to my weight and health problems. You know, if I had known this back in the day, back when I had sarcoidosis, back when I, you know, had kidney failure, back when I had all these health problems, you know, maybe I could have saved myself sooner. Maybe in the future they're going to find something else that's going to help with the weight problem. And I would try that if I was alive. You know? We have to keep trying. I don't think there's any shame in never giving up. It's a shame he has. It's a shame he refuses to try anything that, you know, he doesn't feel the government recommends, or people who have, you know, sheepskins hanging on the wall recommend. Because I tell you, I've met a lot of people with sheepskins on the wall that I wouldn't take care of my chickens for a day. That's the truth, you know. So if I've insulted anyone, I'm sorry. I just feel that everyone is different, and we all have to try these things for ourselves. And when I find something that works, I like to share that. So far, the carnivore diet is working. Is it all that easy? No. I will tell you a little bit. I had a lot of stress this week, and I still lost weight, which is mind-boggling. I sure got up this morning and thought I had gained or stayed the same or plateaued again, because I just didn't feel like I had lost weight. But I went to a party this week where they were going to have a lot of barbecue, and I had hoped that there wouldn't be much sauce on the meat, although I suspect it was probably basted while it was cooking and the sugar soaked in. But I thought, you know what, it's okay. I'm okay. You know, you're in America. You know, you got to do what you got to do. And I took a dessert, which was just simply cream cheese, egg yolks, and whipping cream with some caramel flavoring and a couple of teaspoons of decaf instant coffee. It's like a coffee caramel cheesecake. Just whipped it together, No big deal. And I sweetened it with erythritol and stevia, which is my two favorite cooking sweeteners, which seem to have the lowest glycemic impact. And I've watched people experiment on themselves with that. That's how I know I come to that conclusion. You know, it wasn't that it said they were the lowest. You watch people on TV prick their fingers and experiment. Erythritol and stevia seem to be the lowest on the insulin in your body, upping it. So that was my dessert, and I took that along. I didn't have any of it. Things happened, I had to leave. But it was going to be my answer for having a dessert while I was at this party, since I would only be eating meat. So got saved and came home, and I had my pound of roast beef. I picked up a barbecue sauce, though, that is sugar-free. Just look in your shelves at any of your places, Walmart, wherever you go. And I figured that, too, was a treat, to have a sugar-free barbecue sauce. I also picked up some sugar-free ketchup. I know that they're still sweetened with other things that probably do raise. Just don't use very much, you know? It's not like I poured it on. It's just a tablespoon or two. And to me, that was a great treat to have this week. Again, why I thought maybe I upped my insulin and gained weight, but I didn't. So, yeah. I listen to people on YouTube, my dear son. Yes, I do. Because I think personal experience is more important than doctors. And heavens knows, I've talked to you before about my doctor and all the mistakes she's made with me. Almost killed me. You know, misdiagnosing, ignoring me, sending me to the wrong places. I mean, I've had to research and do all kinds of medical things to save my own life, as well as the life of my husband, who they tried to operate one time when he was on blood thinners, and I stopped them. Common sense. It goes a long way. That doctor told me thank you for stopping them. He didn't realize he was on Coumadin. He was in the hospital. And, you know, people are human. I don't care if you got 10 sheepskins hanging on the wall. You still put your panties on one leg at a time. Or maybe the good Lord lifts you into the air magically and dumps you both legs at a time into your panties. And if so, prove it to me, and I will bow to you as the greater. So, alright guys. That's my update for the carnivore diet this week. I think the neighbors are running out of ammo. Seems to be slowing down. Let me do a quick update on the kitties, which I did before with my new camera, but it didn't take. We still have 4 kittens left. If anyone wants a kitten, they're cute. And mamas are all fixed. I'm keeping these in a cat cage until they're old enough to neuter or spay. And then they will be released with the others. One of the kittens that I released, the little male, because he wouldn't stay alone in the cage and he wouldn't get along with the others. He keeps coming back every morning for his morning breakfast. Call him Bear. And we'll get him neutered. He's catchable. He'll let me catch him and feed him. So he's tame, pretty much. And I saw the rabbit in my backyard this morning. That's major animal updates. Here, let's go look. Alright, 3 of the baby chicks are still alive. So we've still got all 3 of them. And that's the Saramas. Yeah, the Sarama mamas. I don't know if you can see the babies. There's one under her, and there's one over by the Daddy Roo-Roo. That's my favorite one. I think that one's pretty. Probably another rooster. But they're all doing really, really good. Angus, you having fun out here? Say for a short while until it gets too hot, and then I'm heading back. Scud's been Scud. What can we say? Scud's been naked, man, for the last few days because all of his t-shirts are somewhere out here in the wilderness. He's gotten out of them and left them. I have no idea where his clothes are. We're going to have to make some more or buy some more. And there's my ladies. Whoa, whoa. Jennifer hasn't been around a while. Can you tell? Look how high my grass is getting. You guys need to eat more grass. What's up with that, ladies? Hello, girls. I think we're done shooting for the day, so it's safe to come out, alrighty? Got any eggs? Of course we do. I think the heat's getting to them. They're starting to lay less. Alright, girls. Out you come. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How are you? Hello, Blackie. How are you? Hello, Hedda. And Blackie's the last one to figure out where the door is. Poor Blackie. I've mentioned before what a green or brown thumb I have. My little toilet tomatoes are barely growing, but they are putting on some. And Jennifer, my Jennifer, planted this mint plant. And look at that. I've never seen a mint plant bloom. And that thing is blooming. The flies love it. Well, I guess if we don't have bees, we have flies to pollinate. Ugh. Remind me not to go outside with my hair down on a hot, sweaty day and the wind blowing. By the time I come back in, it's all stuck to me and I look like Cousin It. Whew, much better. Got my hair up. So everyone is fed and watered now. It's a good start to the day. It's a good start to Sunday morning. I would really love to go visit my daughter today, but I don't know. My son was like, oh, I want to go to the city. I need the car. Because he was talking about getting another job. So he needs to get a job, move to the city, because he loves the city. How I raised 2 city children in the country, heavens only knows. That's just like hippies' kids become Republicans, Republicans' kids become hippies. So whatever you want your children to be, just be the opposite. Except neither one of mine became neat freaks. They did inherit my slovenliness. I don't know. Nothing in this world ever works out how we plan, does it? It just, what will be, will. Doris Day was right. Okay, sirrah, sirrah. Alright guys, I don't know. Whether you agree or disagree, I'm still going to continue on the carnivore diet. I'm still going to continue reporting every week, and sometimes in the middle of the week if anything exciting happens, or even if it doesn't. And we'll see how this lifestyle goes. Let me know if you're trying it and how it's working for you. I know it's not perfect for everyone, because I think if a carb burner tried this, they would probably be, weak and tired and, but I certainly have a lot more energy and way, way less pain. And just to give you an idea, I bought 2 20-pound bags of ice the other day, and I carried 40 pounds of ice in all at once, 1 bag on each shoulder. It was nice and cool. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going on nearly losing 40 pounds. Then the thought occurred, is a pound of human fat still a pound, like as in ice cubes? I would assume so. And if that's the case, I was huffing and puffing trying to carry that 40 pounds up the ramp. So if that's what I have lost, wow, that's a crazy thought, isn't it? So if you've lost 5 pounds, pick up a 5-pound bag of sugar and stick it in your pants and carry it around a while and see if that affects you. And go, wow, I lost 5 pounds. Comment below if we know if a pound is a pound is a pound. I think it is. I love you all. Like, share, and subscribe to keep up with the insanity. Bye-bye.